Okay, quick update. You saw on Steve's video about the Porsche that took over. Well, I shouldn't, but I did. Exhaust was a pain in the ass to remove. And if you're thinking that Mk2s they have a real, very heavy exhaust, this thing is even worse, and it's much more expensive. Well, it's supposed to be much more expensive, but trust me, it's not. This stuff is junk as much as any other car. Well, normal Volkswagen stuff, so nothing special. Some of the stuff is stainless, but this is what I was saying. This is 304 stainless, so it kind of rusts on the surface. The further away from the heat source, the less rust. You can see this is actually, well, one of the bolts. Obviously, it is what it is. Quite rusty in the surface. Then as you go further away, there's less rust in the surface. This is because 304, was I was explaining, it's not really resistant to rust. You see, these are manifolds, you know, and this is 304 stainless, but 304 is not really that great. This shouldn't rust through because it's still resistant, so it still lasts a long time. But this is what it is. When a proper exhaust manifold shouldn't be like this, you know, and it would always look like, well, like that in case of turbo manifolds, or the exhaust systems should look like this, you know, and this will always look like this. It's gonna get a little darker, so a bit more goldish, but never rusty. This is why we're using 316 or 304. Yes, it is more expensive, but you know, I'm not saying this is the best way to do it. I'm just saying there is an option on the market. Some people make it in 304, some people make it in 316. I make everything in 316. It is, more expensive. I don't want to do just cheap or mediocre stuff. I want to do good quality stuff. So, and some people confuse stuff. Like I've been accused of, well, it was kind of a critics, but probably the best critics I ever had. When someone kind of accused me or criticized the subframes, that saying it's over-engineered. You know, I'm using that term since then because I absolutely love it, and I love that criticism because, yeah, what could be better? From my position of view, I want to over-engineer it. I want to be better than it should be. We could use this in mild steel as our first prototype. Mild steel, no problems, you know. We could do it. We can weld it with MIG. It could be less complicated, not as nice, obviously, and then just, you know, powder coated and all that stuff. Absolutely. Will it cost less? Yeah, it will cost less. It will be quicker to manufacture, quicker to build, easier to build, blah blah blah. But why? When we can do something much better, like this, you know, stainless. It will always be, you know, these are the words. Proper, spot on, no splatter, nothing, nice and clean. In UK we don't see it, but in America there is a lot of fabrication, kind of almost artistic style of building race cars. When you go proper race cars, and especially off-road race cars, they are very proud of their jobs, the way they design them, and the details and the fabrication, and it's very little MIG welding, is all TIG welding, where MIG welding will be enough, no problems, but they still choose to do TIG welding because they want to give that edge. It's not just get it working, get it out there. If you want that, get yourself a Fiesta, a Polo, a Golf, you know what I mean, a normal car. If you want something more because you're passionate about this stuff, you put passion into it. When you put passion into it, you don't want to have mediocre stuff. You don't want to have good enough. You want the best you can do. So what I'm trying to do is to get the best I can do for my own car, put in the production, because obviously one-off is one thing, production is a little bit different. But this is where I spend so much time and money and effort in development to have the production product as good as one-off. This is very difficult. I know people don't understand this. You have to be in this industry to understand how difficult it is. But hopefully it pays off. It definitely pays off with the product because, you know, the products, you know, we could have making money with this ages ago, no problems. More money actually. But there is something that is dying in this industry, which is being proud of what you're doing. There's not many people left, and more people living, and young generation don't want to get involved because there's so much work, so much thinking, so much investment into less of a reward, really, in comparison to just be a manager of whatever company and get yourself a nice car and on a mortgage and debt till you know put it everything in finances and all that stuff. It's like, why should you build a custom car when you can have a new M3 or a new Porsche or whatever? This stuff is disappearing, and we don't want that. So let's push the old school. Let's push what used to be cool and good and passionate about it. You know, if you lose that, I don't know. It's I'm feeling sorry for the next generation because they're gonna lose so much that we had. So we just keep pushing this. And to my surprise, there's a lot of people with a good response. You know, why would you spend, let's say, £1,200 on a subframe when you can spend I think £400 on the original one? It does the job. Fuck it, get it done. Well, because some of these cars, not just cars, we love them. You know, we're passionate about them, and that passion, it really drives us together. It drives the customers, drives the people who buy this stuff, drives the people who build this stuff, drives the people who develop this stuff. Let's just push it forward. No, let's don't make it disappear, because it really is good. You know, it keeps you healthy in life. Anyways, I know it's bollocks for most of the people, but hey, this is what I live my life, well, my whole life since I was a kid. And I said to my mom when I left school, I said, this is exactly what I want to do. I'm 45, again heading towards 50s. I'm still feeling like a 15-year-old kid. Still my dream, still doing this stuff. We sit down one day, we still say, what would be cool? Have a Supreme like this, have arms like this, have this engine in, this would be cool. And then I'm thinking from the engineering point of view, is it possible? Yes. Can we reproduce it? Yes, let's fucking do it. How much is it gonna cost? Loads of money, obviously. Loads of time. We're gonna be broke for a long time. Well, let's fucking do it anyway. If you're not driven by passion, but purely by business, by money, all of these just wouldn't happen. Not possible. So yeah, I can't explain it. It's just, but there are people who appreciate this stuff, and for you guys, this is exactly what we're doing. This is why I'm back in a workshop, working silly hours, working 7 days a week almost again, and actually not well. I always moan, but not moaning about this. This is good. These subframes, we put them on the market as a pre-sale or ridiculously cheap money. I'm not saying we're losing money, but we're barely making. Actually, no, we're not making any money out of them. I was stupid as usual, but they're all gone immediately. Overseas, Australia, America, I think Belgium. There's a guy in Japan who's bringing the car to build it over as well. An American living in Japan. Well, it's a complicated story. Anyways, alright, I'm talking too much, as usual. Porsche is set up. I've designed the exhaust, so we have to buy the materials in meantime I got time to go ahead with the subframes. Well, with the subframes, there was the prototype, there was another prototype, there was a test one, and then we ordered the pre-sale ones to assemble. They're supposed to be ready. Actually, this week they're supposed to go out, but the company kind of messed out because it is completely different than what the test Supreme arrived. The tolerances, the mechanical tolerances as a fitment and assembly are completely off, and it's actually not possible to assemble them. So we had a big argument. I had to go there, explain them. They keep saying, no, we always have done them this way. It's like, no, you didn't, because in the workshop I have one, it's on that car there, I'll show you, is a perfect example. It's not. It was absolutely spot on. It was perfect. There, fully assembled. Everything is there. There was no problems whatsoever with it. And yet they keep saying that this one is exactly the same, which I cannot assemble. I can hammer the shit out of this and it still won't go in. So I went there and I showed them, and even then they say, like, oh, it's supposed to be this measurement, and I went there and the measurement wasn't this, it was tighter. They tried for the living God that was trying to argue that it still fits if you hammer it in and all that stuff. It was silly, to be honest. But It doesn't matter. At the end, has been sorted out. They admitted there was something wrong. The man kind of asked me to correct the design because their settings is. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. We sorted out. We redesigned them again with a different mechanical, with different fitting tolerances. This is the test one, which is spot on. It's perfect. So we are going ahead with the rest of it. I'm hoping that the rest of the subframe. This is the test one. This is an expensive pile of scrap, obviously. So the new ones exactly same as this because they're happy with the settings of the machine. So we've been guaranteed they're always gonna come out the oven in this way, which is I'm very happy. I can assemble them hopefully tomorrow because we have them together with new arms. You've seen the arms before, but this is the latest version. The bit cleaner, the bit neater. I can weld slightly better. It's gonna be actually better welds, kind of like clean and be more goldish and purple, less blue, less grey, because this was, I'm not saying overheated, but too much heat in it. But again, this was a test one, but this is how these arms are. You see this end, for example, this end and that end has been machined. I machine them on the lathe. I don't have to machine it. There's no reason because they have to be welded anyway. And yet I machine them. Why? Well, because I want to. Because I want to do it just perfect. Even these, you know, these bones. I don't know. I know it's wasting time maybe in some opinions, but yeah, I do like over engineering stuff, you know, because then if someone in 10, 15, 20 years gonna text me like, oh, your subframe give up or something was done wrong, I said no, it wasn't. How did you remember that? I don't have to remember. This is my politics. This is the way I do this stuff. It wasn't done wrong. I wouldn't. I just wouldn't. Period. I mean, look at the money. Look at the time we put into development. Until it's perfect, it's not going out of the workshop. Period. Simple. You remember when I used to do exhaust systems and turbo manifolds and turbo systems? I say lifetime warranty. I'm not stupid. I don't want to fix it for free. It's been years and years past. Not a single one came back. Actually, people pricing like, you, I got your exhaust manifold. I paid it for it, almost the same money as it was new because they hold high value. Because they are high value parts. This is what I'm saying. If you want a high value parts, this is what we're doing. Or I'm saying this is the best part. No, there is no such a thing as a best or perfect part. You decide what's best or perfect for you. If you want to just fix your car, you don't care, it's a nice car, you're just driving around. We're talking about subframes only now, so that's an example. And you want to just replace it, get a standard one. They're only 400 quid. Get a standard one. It will do the job for a year or two till it rusts again, and then you change it again if you keep holding off the car. But if you don't want just the ordinary, you want the extraordinary, you know, more than you need, better than you need, over-engineered, beautiful in my opinion. What we have here, again, just a subframe, we're doing all the stuff, year 5, year 6, all the conversions, mounts, and all the stuff. You know, I'm making all this stuff, I don't have to show you, blah, blah, you know, and all this rest of the stuff. If you want different, then there you have it. Someone accused me of criticizing another company making subframe in mild steel. It's like, no, I'm criticizing, from my point of view, the way they do it, because this is not my way to do it. But it's good that you have the standard one, someone else make them kind of halfway there, mild, less quality, and me, because you have more options. Someone would prefer to buy that one. Great, that's what I'm saying. That probably is the best subframe for you. Somehow we want this. If you want this, then this will be the perfect subframe for you. Perfect. There's nothing better than have a variety of a product, of a quality of the products on the market for the customers to have. So far there was only standard one. That's it, period. Then someone else came up with slightly better one. Great. You have another option. Then someone else came up with something extraordinary, if I want, well, I like to say it. Great. You have 3 options now. Period. There's no argument. This is just, you know, good. However, yeah, we have them. There's a lot of stitching. The logo now is not upside down anymore as the first one. To show you how much it goes, you know, you see the words, they have to be on the inside. Those ones there. So the assembly line on these, it takes a couple of hours, well, more than a couple of hours just to assemble them. It takes almost half a day to assemble them. To weld them up, this, well, if you do TIG welding, you know what that means. Look at it, all this surface, all these welds, and you have to stitch it up. This goes slow. It really goes very, very slow. This is real time, how you stitch them up. That's it. And the next one, and the next one. And then you have to move over because you have to control the heat, because heat is not good. Well, it's good, but you have to control it. Then you have to do it on this side, and every single, and then the front and the bottom. There is tons of them. This is why it makes it so much of extraordinary, beautiful, strong, blah blah, and all the prizes I want to do to it. Again, it's not perfect for everyone, but it's perfect for someone, and this is why we're doing this, for those someones. Anyway, I think this one is Steve's one. Yeah, he is working hard. He deserves something blink on his car as well. Anyway, this is the update. Subframes are on fire, literally. See you soon.